Every day millions of people post pictures on social media, but friends of Derek Medina couldn't believe their eyes when they saw his latest Facebook post. Was that really a picture of his dead wife? Welcome back to True Stories. Join our family in exploring some of the most twisted true crime cases. As always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Now, let's get into it. Jennifer Alfonso was everybody's friend. Jennifer, a single mom of a young daughter, met Derek Medina while waiting tables at Denny's in South Miami. Derek Medina was a real Miami character, someone who was really a narcissist, someone who was really self-involved. Derek is someone who fancied himself a jack of all trades. He was a writer who wrote a series of self-published ebooks with catchy titles like How I Saved Someone's Life in Marriage and Family Problems Through Communication, and If the World Ended Today, How Would You React to Saving the World or Helping the World, or Would It All Be Over for You? In addition to writing, he was an amateur boxer, so an aspiring actor. He was telling everybody that he's an artist, that he's a movie star. But Derek wasn't finding much success in Hollywood. So he tried his luck on a smaller screen, often posting clips of himself on social media. Derek was getting attention from Jennifer and they were on the relationship fast track. Within the first month of dating, they married. One of their common interests was the supernatural. Reportedly, Derek even put cameras up in the house, hoping to catch their own spirit or two. Unique, and also volatile, they fought a lot. They would just fight about silly things, and he would break up with her often. He would throw her things to the side, and insult her, and then ignore her. But love wouldn't be enough. Derek eventually filed for divorce. So Jennifer moved into an apartment, and she was doing very well, and then, he started contacting her again, said Fernandez. Whatever he said or did, worked. The very next day they were getting married at the courthouse. So a second right on the marriage go-round. But the relationship was as tumultuous as ever. He was really like sick in the head, said Fernandez. He would tell her things to make her sad, or to scare her. One time, when he heard another man was hitting on Jennifer at work, a jealous Derek allegedly said, "I'm gonna stay at Denny's with a gun outside, and see if he's gonna mess with me." Her would tell Jennifer, "Hey, he's a little crazy, like, he's gonna kill you." And she would just look at them and laugh. There was nothing funny about what was about to come. Early on the hot summer morning of August 8, 2013, Jennifer was fuming. She had asked Derek to wake her up, and Derek didn't, so she was upset. The argument starts in their bedroom. She started throwing things at him, just sort of like a typical type of fight that they would have. After that, Jennifer went downstairs, reportedly to make pancakes for her 10-year-old daughter, who was still up in her room. The surveillance camera in the house shows Jennifer in the kitchen. 27 minutes later, Derek appears. Eventually Derek follows her down there. They continue going at it, and she actually starts hitting him in the chest. And he walks away. Back upstairs to his bedroom. Moments later Derek comes back down to the kitchen, and this time he is not empty-handed. When Derek comes downstairs he has his gun with him. Reportedly Jennifer grabs a knife to defend herself, but she won't have it for long. Derek disarms her of the knife, and puts the knife back in the drawer. Then seconds later, Derek empties his gun, shooting an unarmed Jennifer 8 times. As the blizzard settles, Derek calmly walks away. He puts his gun back in the closet, then tells Jennifer's daughter to stay in her room. No regard to the fact that he just shot her mother dead, and she's lying on the kitchen floor. Derek goes back to the kitchen, this time with his phone in hand. But he's not going to call for help. The chilling crime is caught on their home surveillance video. Moments later the video shows Derek looking down at his phone as he walks back to the kitchen. He stands there for a minute then walks away, his phone still aglow. After one more perverted peek at her, another camera captures him coolly walking out the front door, zipping up his hoodie and locking Jennifer's bullet-riddled body inside with her 10-year-old daughter. "I woke up to a whole bunch of messages and calls," said Daisy Fernandez, Jennifer's best friend. In one of those text messages, an incredibly disturbing photo, a photo of Jennifer on the floor of her kitchen, slumped back, bloodied and seemingly dead. "But is she?" "I thought it was a joke," said Fernandez. "I thought that Jen was really playing some role in Walking Dead. But this is not one of the occult-loving couple's zombie pranks, this is dead serious." Within minutes of murdering Jennifer in cold blood, Derek morbidly took a photo of her dead body, then posted the gruesome photo on his Facebook page, and on hers. The post read, "Rest in peace Jennifer," said Fernandez. That wasn't all. Evidently Derek had more to say. In another Facebook post, he wrote, "I'm going to prison or death sentence for killing my wife. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Take care, Facebook people. You will see me in the news. My wife was punching me, and I am not going to stand anymore with the abuse. So, I did what I did. I hope you understand me." So where is Derek Medina? Reportedly, after killing Jennifer, Derek goes to his aunt's house, then with his father, he surrenders at the police department down the street. South Miami Police Department surveillance video shows the moment Derek Medina arrives. Cops take him into custody, and learn Jennifer's young daughter is still at the house, alone, with her murdered mother right downstairs. Cops rush over and bust the door open to get to her. They find Jennifer's body, and then they go upstairs, and they find the daughter and they put like a sheet over her head, so that she wouldn't see her mom's body as she walked past the kitchen. With Jennifer's daughter safely out of the house, the focus turns back to Derek Medina. Derek says Jennifer started the fight, yelling at him for not waking her up, and began throwing objects toward him as a weapon. Surveillance video in the house shows Jennifer alone in the kitchen. Derek follows and they start fighting again. He tells detectives he went back upstairs and obtained his firearm after he was being punched. Then he went downstairs, he says, and confronted her. He says she had a knife in her hand. He says he had the firearm in his own. Derek tells cops he got the knife away from Jennifer and put it back in the drawer. When asked by the detective, he says she was not armed with any other weapon. She just started firing punches like crazy, and wouldn't stop again. But she was really attacking me. Like I was getting out of the way, got hit in the arm, and she was like going for my temple, Derek says in the interrogation. I felt like she was trying to just take me out. When asked why he took the photo, he said, so the family would know, and be notified, and they can rush over there, and get my stepdaughter, Derek tells detectives. Detectives ask him about injuries from the fight. He describes bruising and severe pain. He says he was concerned about a life-threatening blow to the temple from his wife. A boxer, who prides himself on being a tough guy, feels his life is being threatened by a petite unarmed woman. Cops seem skeptical. Why didn't he call 911 from the residence? And with that, Derek Medina is arrested and charged with first-degree murder. But is everything as it seems? A little more than 2 years later, Derek Medina goes on trial. Calling many witnesses over several days, the prosecution lays out its case, asserting that Derek walked away from the fight not to leave, but to get his .380 caliber gun. The defense alleges Jennifer still had a knife in her hand when Derek shot her. They also showed surveillance video from the morning of the murder, claiming that while Jennifer was alone downstairs, she went to the front door, opened and closed it, setting off the sensor to bait Derek to get him downstairs, so he would re-engage in their argument. The defense also plays video of another altercation between Derek and Jennifer, suggesting she'd been the aggressor at least one time before. Those images of Jennifer can't compare to what jurors are about to see next, a videotaped interview with her 10-year-old daughter, the only other person in the house that fateful morning. She described hearing the fight from her bedroom, then describes the moment cops let her out of the house right by her mother's body. She says the only person in her family that she fears is Derek Medina, because he's mean to my mom. After more than 2 weeks of testimony, closing arguments begin. After 6 hours of deliberations, the jury finds Medina guilty of second-degree murder. Almost 3 months later, Derek Medina, who did not take the stand in his own defense, chooses to speak at his sentencing. I will be suing this world. I did not get a fair trial and I will be taking action. I will be suing. Nothing further. Oh, and God knows the truth, and nothing further, Derek Medina says during sentencing. Medina is sentenced to life in prison. He is appealing his conviction. Gut. What do you think? Did Medina kill Jen out of self-defense? Let us know in the comment section. We've come to the end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe.